Welcome guys to my first Polygel video. First and probably not last, but I don't like Polygel and you will see why. So I just don't like Polygel. You saw me hold up Savvyland Polygels. I got the Classic Colors kit a while ago. I'm going to be adding base coat here. So this is after you prep the nail bed, put tips or build your extension, and then dehydrate and prime. I'm going in now with base coat. So I already prepped this hand, technically. So I'm going to be doing, you've seen the designs where people do icicle nails, and I watch Young Nails on YouTube, and Melissa Dela Cruz did a style like that where you use the builder gel and you take a piece of plastic, put it over it, scrunch it up, but she did it with white builder gel at the base of the nail and then scrunched it up with the plastic, cured it, and then put orange over that. And it gave me an idea of doing a rainbow style set like that. And I really loved how this turned out because it kind of looks like tie-dye. So I used nitrile gloves. They're really soft and really easy to manipulate as far as putting it over builder gel and getting it to scrunch up without it falling flat again. I ran into that issue with Ziploc bags. I ran into that issue with saran wrap to where you will see what I do with the gloves. So after putting the base gel on and curing it for 30 seconds, I'm now adding the colors to these nails. I'm only going to do two like this. So at the base of the nail, over the base coat, I'm doing multiple different colors. And I'm not trying to get them to look exactly alike. So I'm just kind of globbing them on wherever. But what I did do was I tried to use the lighter colors in the middle of the nail and then darker colors towards the edges of the nail. I kind of liked the way that looked. I didn't want light and dark all over randomly. I wanted the dark pink towards the edges of the nail so that it almost looked shadowed or more dimensional, I guess. So with this Savvyland Polygel, I'm going in with alcohol and acetone mix on my polygel brush and patting it out. I use that acetone and alcohol mix so that the polygel does not stick to my brush. This Savvyland polygel is really firm. It doesn't flow all over. If you've ever used Beetle's polygel, that is a very soft polygel and it tends to move on you. You're not really going to be able to do two nails at once with Beetle's polygel. Even though I like it, this Savvyland polygel is really firm. So I'm not trying to build structure on this nail. I'm not trying to make it look amazing right now because I'm getting ready to put the glove over it. And then I use tweezers to be able to scrunch up the plastic glove squeezing uh, peaks and valleys into the polygel. So I'm going all the way down to the extension, trying to build up high points and low points. So if you can see, I'm really getting down into the polygel, trying to add a lot of high and low points. And then I go ahead and I cure this for 90 seconds. I cured this for 90 seconds just trying to make sure that this polygel was going to be cured. And it did. This these two fingers cured just fine. So here you see all of the high and low points. And now I'm going in with Beetle's white polygel. And I'm going to fill in all those crevices with this white polygel. Oh, wait till you look at this nail when it's done. This nail, this nail, oh my gosh. It looks like a marshmallow melted over a rainbow. I don't know how else to explain it. Literally, that's what it looks like after I cure the white beetles polygel. It looks like a marshmallow. You can see, I will go back and forth between the two nails a little bit because this polygel is moving on me. So it was kind of hard to get them, do one and then do the other and the one stay in place. It's falling towards the end of the nail. I'm holding the hand down at first and all the polygel is just flowing down to the tip of the nail and off the edge. So it was kind of messy, but I got it. I'm just squishing it down into all those little valleys in the rainbow gel. Yeah, I'm going back and forth between nails. I know that it's such a slow movement you can't see it, but if you look at this nail here, yeah, it was just flowing right off the end and over the edges. So I'm really trying to move quick with it. But due to the fact that it was flowing and I chose to do two nails at once, I did have to cure and it did start to flow over the edge again right before I stuck it in the lamp. So it was a little messy. Yes, so I'm definitely trying to stay off the cuticles, wiping the cuticles clean as much as possible. So here I'm going to build out the other three nails with this light pink polygel from Savvyland. And I loved this color. I don't think that I used too much. I see people on YouTube that do polygel nails and they squeeze this huge amount onto their long nails and then they cure it. And I don't know if they're lying or because they're sponsored for these products or if, maybe I just happened to use too much. I don't think that I did. And I went with a lighter color, so I'm patting down the cuticle area, trying to get rid of any ledge or anything that I'll have to file on too much. And now smoothing over this polygel, trying to regain my shape that I had built in the beginning, making sure that I'm taking it to the edges of the tip and then building my apex in the center of the nail. So right where the edge of the natural nail would end is where I'm making the nail the thickest. So I just keep dipping back into my alcohol and acetone solution to keep my brush damp. cleaning around the cuticles, and then patting the polygel into place. I do leave in the filing of the middle finger just to show you how I went about filing this down. I did not run into troubles filing the rainbow nails. The problem that I ran into was when I was filing the pink nails, and I would get down a little ways, and all of a sudden, uncured polygel was gushing up at me. So I would have to stick the hand back in the light, and I would do so for about a minute, bring it out, start to file, and I could tell that it worked a little bit, sticking it back in the light. But then again, after getting down a little bit further, here came more uncured polygel. So I'm like, what the hell? And when I cured these, I did turn the hand over. I used clear tips so that when I stuck the hand in the light to cure the pink polygel, I stuck the hand in the light for 90 seconds, but then I turned the hand over so that the light could penetrate underneath of the nail through the clear tip up into where the structure would be from the underside. So I was really annoyed with that. I was really, really annoyed with the fact that I just kept running into uncured polygel. That is the reason that I won't work with polygel. I don't like it. If I ever work with polygel again, I will make sure that I do a very thin layer of colored polygel and then go over with clear. But to be honest, I don't think that I used that much polygel. Look at these marshmallow fingers. It reminds me of what's that cereal that's all different colors and then it has the marshmallows in it too? It's not Trix. It's the one with the leprechaun. I don't eat cereal, I'm sorry. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to find my shape again, and I lost it to the point that I flipped the hand over so that I could see that tip underneath and then file everything off the sides of the nails, off the sidewalls. Here you see me going straight down on the sidewalls, trying to straighten that out and filing it right up next to that tip so that I didn't have to do so much guesswork as far as, trying to figure out where my shape was again. So if you ever lose your shape massively, even if you don't lose your shape massively, honestly, it's a great way to shape your nails again. If you have the person flip their hand over where you see your extension that you originally built and your original shape before you started your structure, you can just file down to that and then, flip the hand back over and voila, you see your shape. So here I'm looking at the side profile of the nail. I'm giving you the view that I'm looking at personally. So I was looking at the nail just like this and viewing it from the side to see where the bulk was on the top of the nail and how much I needed to take down, where I wanted my apex to be, and how thin I would want the tip. So I'm going in around the cuticle area so that I can thin that out, coming up to where my apex would be. And, I just keep turning the hand around, going around the cuticle area, going back to the side view for the apex, the end of the extension, going back again in the sidewalls. I did have a lot of bulk to take down. So this was quite a bit of work. But you see how I found my shape pretty quickly just by flipping that hand around and using my electric file to take down the sidewalls really quickly. Hmm. When I'm doing long nails, I don't really go in with the hand file first. I usually debulk very quickly. So here I'm looking down the barrel of the nail just to see if it's thicker on one side than it is on the other. I want it to be perfectly balanced from left to right across the width of the nail. So that's what I was doing there. And then here, I'm going to go in with my hand file and go around the cuticle area first, just to take down any ledge, and then blend the cuticle area into the extension. Also, after I go in at the cuticle area, I go to my sidewalls. I flip the hand around, and if you see, I'm not using my file long ways. I use it just like this, up and down, and it keeps me from putting too much pressure in any one area. If I go at it, up and down the file long ways, sometimes I accidentally put too much pressure at the tip of the nail and I ruin the shape. And that's something that I might need to work on, but honestly, I like shaping this way better. I always have. So it helps me a lot to keep that nail perfectly straight for a coffin shaped nail. And then, flipping the hand back around, I'm going up and down the barrel of the nail long ways with the file to get as much surface area as possible and trying to just, smooth out any lumps, bumps, craters. Just finish filing basically. Anything that you see that bothers you, this is the time you're going to go at it. But remember, this nail was very bulky, so I kind of went in extra. But they did turn out beautiful, and I would definitely do this design again, except probably in acrylic, I would imagine. I'm gonna have to figure out how I would go about getting it done in acrylic since I used so many colors under that white, but honestly, I think it would be a lot easier with acrylic. So the only way I'm gonna do another polygel nail is if it's a design that I don't see myself being able to accomplish with acrylic. Honestly, I don't know what design that is. So look at these little craters, and that's where some of those are where uncured polygel was coming out when I started to file. So I would stick the hand back in the lamp, but then it still left an empty space down in there. So what I did was I was just using my top coat to scrub in those little areas to kind of fill them in. And I did pretty good at it because you can barely see those spots. And I don't think that honestly it would make too much of a difference in reality if people was to wear these. I don't think anybody would truly notice these that much. Maybe the way they are now, but after I top coat, it fixes a lot of it. So thank God for a good top coat. And this is Model 1's matte top coat. So yes, I was kind of worried about the matte top coat curing nicely over, dips and crevices, because sometimes matte top coat is a tell all for bad filing. And that's just being honest. If you did a bad job filing, you're gonna be able to see it if you use matte top coat. So I definitely suggest, if you're going to matte top coat, make sure you buff over the nails very well. But alright guys, this is the end of the video. Tell me what you thought about it. If you liked it, and if you would like to see another polygel design. Oh wait, I lied. Oh, I lied. I go over the pink nails with a hot pink striped tip. So this is supposed to be a thing now, a trend. A trend I'm not really into. So yeah. But I just turn the nails to the side and use my long striping brush to do all the work for me. As long as you lay this brush flat against the nail, most of the line is already there straight, because just laying this brush flat does that for you. It's if you utilize this brush like it's meant to be used, it's very hard to mess up a straight line. Now, maybe you could mess it up if you wanted a very thin straight line, but if you're going for just a regular thin, well, a regular straight line, it's perfect. It just does it for you. So thank God for good art brushes. And it definitely helps distract from the blemishes on the nails. And I'm capping the end. I'm sorry. That definitely went blurry, but hey. So, yep, that's it. That's the end. Uh, Never again, I hope, unless people ask for it. I don't like polygel that much. It's too much to have to keep curing it, and running into the chance, if you have too thick of an area, that it's not curing. Is It's sticky, and I have contact dermatitis from builder gel and gel polishes, because all the nail art I do, I accidentally swipe my hand through the gel when it's on my table. You get to moving fast, and I've swiped my arm, elbow, hand through gel several times, to where now I just get horrible rashes and breakout and bumps, and it itches so bad. So definitely wear gloves if you're going to work with gels. They have caused me definite pain with having contact dermatitis. But I cure this for 60 seconds. I also went back in with another matte top coat over those pink nails, so that the pink was covered in matte. But yeah, tell me what you think, guys. And would you use polygel, or do you use polygel? Just wondering. Happy New Year's. Have a great day. Bye.